Welcome to Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN from the Fantasy Springs Resort and Casino. Yes, we are in Indio, California, ready to bring you some bonus action inside the arena where fans are expecting some good action tonight. Our main event features Mercito Gesta, who has fought for a world title on 2 opportunities, and he knows that the road to a 3rd world title shot starts tonight against Robert Manzanares. That'll be our main event on ESPN. That'll be for the NABO lightweight title in a 10-round affair. Also have a great co-main event for you, a duel of unbeaten fighters, local Southern California fighters, Manny Robles III and Edgar Valerio. Bonus coverage in the ring with Luis Feliciano taking on Daniel Montoya, putting his unbeaten record on the line as a Puerto Rican who lives in Wisconsin. Mark Friedl's in the center of the ring with the official introductions.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Indio, California and Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. This is Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN. This contest is scheduled for 8 rounds in the super lightweight division. It's brought to you by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and presented by Tecate, the official beer of boxing, Hennessy, Never Stop, Never Settle, and Wad Gear. The judges for this contest are Max DeLuca, David Dankin, and Zachary Young. And controlling the action at the sound of the bell, the referee in charge is Jerry Cantu. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at an even and ready 140 pounds. He owns a professional record of 11 victories against 6 defeats, 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Wearing black this evening and hailing from Tamaulipas, Mexico. Please welcome Daniel "Danny" Montoya. His undefeated opponent fights out of the red corner across the ring. He weighed in at 139 3/4 pounds. As a professional, he has 6 career bouts, 6 victories, 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Wearing black and gold this evening and representing Utuado, Puerto Rico and Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Please welcome Luis Angel Feliciano.
La boca. La boca. Gentlemen, you were given your instructions in the dressing room. I want a good, clean, hard fight. You will obey my commands at all times. Touch them up. Good luck to both of you.
Bernardo Osuna alongside Joel Diaz, bringing you all the action ringside here at Fantasy Springs Resort and Casino. And Luis Feliciano is that story we've heard so many times, that young prospect who wants to become a world champion, represented the U.S. at the Pan Am Games in Toronto 2015. That's where I first met Luis Feliciano, but he's very different too, Joel. He's actually a college graduate from Marquette University with a degree in criminology and law studies, so he's got a plan B for outside the ring once this is all said and done.
I think that's what every fighter is supposed to have, a plan B, because nothing's for sure in the sport. You know, right now you're a boxer, tomorrow you never know. Injuries can happen in any minute.
Feliciano signed with Golden Boy in December of 2016 after he couldn't qualify for the U.S. Olympic team in Rio 2016. And things have been going great for him as a pro. This is his 7th pro fight. He's undefeated in his first 6. He found the fountain of power after his 3rd pro fight, and he's on a 3-fight knockout streak. And sometimes that happens with young amateurs as they start to finally sit on their punches, Joel.
Well, you can tell right away Feliciano has more of a professional style than an amateur style. He sits more on his punches, and you can tell that he's very composed when he throws his combinations. He doesn't throw tons of punches, he just throws the proper punches, and I can see that by him just landing a great body shot. He uses his left really well to deliver.
Montoya, he's had it rough in his boxing career. He's 11-6, but 3 of those losses have come against undefeated fighters. His last, a TKO 6 loss to Sonny Fredrickson, and he gets caught there.
Yeah, he's very accurate with a left hook to the body, and Feliciano knows he hurt him, so now he's going to keep attacking him there.
Nice combination punching. Once he heard him downstairs, as Joel mentioned,
Stop,
then he goes
break.
upstairs. And
2 steps.
Montoya breathing hard. Even though he's got his mouth closed, you can tell he doesn't want to let Feliciano know that he's hurt.
Hey,
Feliciano knows because from the beginning, he started landing that shot. He was accurate with it the first time, so he knows that it's very accurate with it, so he kept using it. And right now, he did land the perfect shot where he neutralized his opponent for a little bit.
Montoya trying to land that jab. He gets a little lazy with it, and Feliciano makes him pay with an overhand right. Very patient is Feliciano as he connects a nice combination there. He's just allowing Montoya to make the first move and making him pay.
A lot of fighters, when they go from amateur to professional, you know, it's hard to change their style. It takes a few fights to sit them down a little more on their punches. But I see Feliciano was very composed. You know, he sits on his punches really well. He throws his left hooks really well, and you know, as you can see, he lands his
nice
shot right
body
where he
shot.
wants.
Left hook to the liver, and then a right to the body as well, as round 1 comes to an end.
We are bold.
Luis Feliciano with the black trunks trimmed in gold, taking on Daniel Montoya with the solid black trunks. And Montoya has had no easy road on his way to this fight. His first loss was in his 4th pro bout against undefeated Jonathan Maicelo. He had to travel to Lima, Peru for that fight. He was 8-0. His second loss was against Gilberto Flaco Gonzalez when he was 16-1. We've seen a lot of him here. So, Joel, it's been a rough road, and Feliciano's not making it any easier tonight.
Exactly. You know, Montoya stepping up against a Feliciano that is coming up, strong kid. You know, he's barely starting his prime. So it's a tough fight for Montoya. But Montoya's there. He's trying to figure a way out, and he's doing what he has to do. He needs to fight back.
He goes in there with a headbutt, and you see a little bit of irritation on the face of Luis Feliciano. The referee steps in. Nothing major happens, so Jerry Cantu allows them to continue. He also lets them both know there was no cut. Nice right hand there from Luis Feliciano that stops Montoya in his tracks and then comes back with more. Nice body shot once again from Feliciano, and the right hand's strong, but it's that body shot that's doing most of the damage.
Well, Feliciano made some changes. You know, he went to this corner, and now he's countering off his jab, throwing the right over the jab. But you're going to see that sooner or later he's going to land that shot again to the body, because now he's distracting Montoya with a different punch, so that he can land his shot that he wants to land.
Montoya doing all he can to keep his mouth closed, but just a few seconds ago after the body shot, he was spitting up, because it's one of those things that Feliciano is unrelenting when it comes to the body work, and Ben Lita's been working with him on that. You know, he's working out in South Del Monte. I'm sure he gets some work up in Big Bear, where Gennady Golovkin does his work. So
what makes it easier for Feliciano is that Montoya is standing right in front of him. As you can see, he's too flat-footed. He's staying in the same spot, so it makes it easier for Feliciano to just throw and land any shot he wants. There's not a lot of head movement from Montoya, but you know, he eventually he comes back with a punch off and on, but he needs to stay a little busier because he's always going to be countered.
That's a nice one too from Montoya that Feliciano allows to get right through the guard. So Montoya said, hey, these gloves are on for a reason. I'm not just here to lie down.
And we know these fighters like Montoya, they come to fight. You know, these Mexican fighters, they're tough. You know, they take punches left and right, and they're still in front of you. They'll fight to the end.
Ralph Heredia, who also manages Bandido Vargas and Jojo Diaz, also runs the career of Luis Feliciano. As we get to the end of round 2, we're going to stay here and listen in to the corner of Luis Feliciano. You'll hear Ben Lira with the instructions.
More rhythm, more rhythm. You got to get him up. You got to get say, hey, I'm not going to give you time. I'm not going to give you time. I want that moment. There's no wingman, okay? We got to go. He's going to wait to see if when you get in that pause moment, that's when he thinks he can come back and throw one. You're not going to let him do that.
Ben Lira knows exactly what he's talking about, Joel, and it's one of those things you don't want your fighter to carry an opponent, risk getting cut. He wants him out.
Yeah, he wants him out, but he needs to be very, very careful as well.
That's one of those catch-22s where you want your guy to look really good, but you don't want him to go get reckless. All right, round 3 of a scheduled 8-rounder here in super lightweight, where Luis Feliciano from Utuado, Puerto Rico, grew up in the Milwaukee area. Was a part of the U.S. national team, fought out Milwaukee's United Community Center under Israel Shorty Acosta. And as a pro now, he's been working with Ben Lira. Nice body shot. That sets up an overhand right against Daniel Montoya. There we see the right once again, and Feliciano starts to open up.
See, those are the things that a lot of people don't see, but Ben Lira told him, when you pause, that's when you give them the chance to come back. You cannot do that. You have to stay busier. And I noticed that Feliciano stalls at moments, and he lets Montoya work. He needs to stay a little busier. If he was a little busier and make him walk back a little bit, he would hurt him, and he would take him out of his game plan.
Montoya landed a nice overhand right, but then here comes the body work. You see how the elbows are tucked from Daniel Montoya. No doubt he's worried about the body shots.
Yeah, he's tucking in because he knows that if he gets caught with another body shot, it's going to hurt him and possibly put him on his knees. But he just keeps walking forward, very flat-footed. Feliciano needs to make a change right there. Keep working the body, but quick combinations, 2-3 punch combinations, and get back on the jab as soon as he gets that distance.
Who's the guy that hit you to the body hardest on?
Narciso Valenzuela.
Oh, that's a nice right hand to the body. And what's the difference? Because we often see guys go down with the left hook to the liver, but when you land that right to the solar plexus, that's also a good finishing shot.
Oh yeah, they knock the wind out of you. It's a different type of pain. When they hit you on the liver, it's like a shocking pain. There's no way you can control that pain. But when they hit you in the solar plexus in the center, I mean, it's just the wind. I mean, you can control it. You have more chance to control a punch right in the solar plexus than if it's in the liver. In the liver, it's a shocking punch. You go down, and there's no way you can control it. I've been hit in
both places.
Both ways.
neither one feels good, though, right?
Neither one feels good.
Break.
It's not a good feeling.
Break on your own. There you go.
Luis Feliciano putting in good work, but you mentioned it. He allows Daniel Montoya to get his chances. Maybe he's trying to set up that left hook to the liver to finish the fight, but you can't give Montoya any opportunity. He's got 8 knockouts and 11 of his wins, so he's got some pop.
See, Montoya already figured out what Feliciano's trying to do. See, there is the...
Oh, nice double left hook. First to the body and then to the head. And Montoya is definitely hurt. Here comes the combination punching of Luis Feliciano trying to finish the fight, and down goes Montoya.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. ¿Está bien? ¿Tienes más? ¿Te pelean? Va.
He says he wants to continue. The bell helps him out here as we're going to listen in to the corner of Daniel Montoya. And they were slow in bringing up that bench when he needed it the most. Let's listen in.
¿Quieres continuar?
Me vas a tirarle, güey. No te estés quedando, güey.
Hey, you can't
Estás
just
dejando
stand
que
there.
empiece él.
You're allowing him to
Tienes
get
tu
off
primero,
first.
Dani, ¿eh? Echa agua.
Put water on my head, says Montoya.
Ponle la toalla alrededor de su cuello y ponle agua.
Échale ganas, carnal.
Hey,
Échale
you gotta
ganas,
go out there and
pégale.
give
No
it
se
your
la
all.
Agua aquí.
no se
Come
la
on,
dejes
brother.
fácil al vato. No se la dejes fácil, carnal. Pégale duro.
Don't make it easy for him.
Chinga, ¿cómo se la va a dejar bien fácil?
Don't get
Dile chingazo.
Come on, you gotta throw punches.
Ahí está, puedes escupir ahí.
Dani, vamos a intentar. Inténtale este round, güey. Qué purila la verga.
Hey, go get this round.
Chíngale. Sí, pero no se le
Go out there and give it your best. Don't make it easy for him.
Échale ganas, bro.
Come on, go get it.
No se deje.
All right, easier said than done. They're not taking those punches, Joel. But it all started with the body shot.
See, we saw that from the beginning. From the first round, we saw that Feliciano is very accurate with the punch. It's just a matter of just timing it perfectly, like he did in his previous round. And there he goes. He's looking for it again.
He's doing good work because there he set him up with an overhand right, trying to get Montoya to lift his hands because he knows once he lifts his hands, he's going to leave that body wide open. So it's that chess game that the fighters play, especially when they know they have an advantage. And Feliciano definitely knows that he's got the better boxing skill, and now he's got the pop to put down Montoya.
Oh, he can put him down. Now, as you can see, Feliciano made some changes. And like I told you, he started working his right hand over his jab so that now he makes him think he's going on his left side. Sooner or later, he's going to go with the body again.
There it was, a right hand to the body.
It's over.
And there it is, the end of this fight. It's a big body shot that puts an end to this fight. And Joel, we talked about both types of punches, and we mentioned it the earlier round. The first time he went down in the third round, it was a left hook to the liver. The second time, it was a right hand to the solar plexus.
That did it. That was the end of the fight. It's just, you kill the body. You kill the body from the beginning, and it makes it easier for you.
Okay. All right, let's take a look at how this fight ended. No one better than you, Joel, to explain exactly how this went down, as Luis Feliciano now has 4 knockouts in a row.
Well, it's all strategy. You just, when you hit the body, you know you hurt your opponent, so keep hitting that body, and that's what happened. He hit him with a right, and then he followed with a left, and that executed the whole plan. There's the right over, he goes left, right, and then he finishes with another body shot.
I mean, I just really like the way, once he hurt him, he went right after him, and there was no reason for Jerry Cantu to let this fight continue. It was a good stoppage, and a fight that ends about 50 seconds into round number 4. So an important victory for Luis Feliciano. We mentioned he had 3 decision wins to start his career. The last 4 have been knockouts, and we send it up to Mark Fredo for the official time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee in charge of the action, Jerry Cantu, calls for a halt to this contest. Your official time, 50 seconds in round number 4. Your winner by knockout and still undefeated from Utuado, Puerto Rico, Luis Ángel Feliciano.
Luis Feliciano improves to 7-0, 4 consecutive knockouts. So the college grad, the first man to graduate from college from his family, also wants to become a world champion and fulfill that lifelong dream. He's well on his way after being a 5-time national amateur champion.